Look at this man. He's dedicated.
Yes, I am.
Zilla Pinball.
And now it was time to start picking our boxes. The atmosphere in the shop was absolutely phenomenal. We had tons of new folks in there. We were really excited to get this one kicking off. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of trouble getting that box open. It happens sometimes. Y'all feel me out there. Those boxes don't rip so good. Not a bad green spider die. Little magic symbol for the 1. 20 was the Spider-Man symbol. And of all things we could pull, we got a Triome as our promo card. Six packs. We didn't do a lot of spoiling for this outside of, your reanimate and a couple other bag head Spider-Man, the stuff you couldn't hide from. Another set where they did really well with this artwork, capturing a lot of these comic book moments and a lot of these different areas of Spider-Man that a lot of us grew up watching the panels, grew up watching the different shows. Three packs in, I didn't see a lot that stood out for what we needed to be knocking out here for. I didn't know what we should build around. I didn't do a lot of looking up. This web up immediately stood out to me. We pulled a ton of plains and forests and a little bit of artifact utility here and there. This Spiders man ended up coming up huge later on, as well as this Flash Thompson. And you can't go wrong with playing some supportive parents. Who out there wouldn't have benefited from more of those? Am I right? Some of the red cards had me on the fence with wanting to do a mountain and do a quick burn deck. Not a lot of support in it this time around. A lot of protection, especially in green. A lot of utility. That Gallant Citizen ended up coming up huge. The Sandman was a monster out there on the field. Had I had realized sooner, I would have made sure I put the 2 vibrant landscapes I pulled into this deck. His ability to bring him back to the field tapped for 3 generic and 2 green is phenomenal, as long as you have a land in your graveyard. If you're not dumping lands in there, you don't get the greatest utility out of him of being able to bring him back the next turn or on the end step. One thing to keep in mind as you go through your deck building out there. Scout the City was a huge card for getting mana early on. Pictures of Spider-Man as well was pretty helpful. I wanted to play Maximum Carnage, just really didn't have anything to support around it. Going into this final pack, I had no idea what I was planning on building. Gonna do a quick sortation out, get a little color split, get a better understanding of what kind of utility I got, what kind of mainstream deck I can run through here. And there's the big cheese right there. Sandman ended up being huge. Huge as the games went on. And this is a quick little pass at what the deck ended up being. About 42 cards. Kept the mana pretty even between the forests and the plains. A lot of fun utility in here. Playing that Spider Rex was absolutely phenomenal. Lurking Lizards took a lot of attention from folks. Never got to use it in the way that I wanted to, but it ate up a lot of people's removal. Same thing with Silk. Spider-Man India and Spider's Man were huge in getting some utility, life gain, and getting a couple tokens out there. Those manipulators were good at exiling some cards from people's graveyards. The deck mill and/or pulling from your graveyard was a lot of the other side of the meta. I surprisingly ran into mostly black players, or they were also running a plains forest deck as well. So pretty interesting turnout. Used some of these Dragon Shield Amber to sleeve it up. This is just a quick look at the mana ramp. We hit 1 very lightly, 2s, 3 mana costs, huge, couple 4s, 5 and a 6. Can't go wrong with that Spider Rex out there. Didn't finish too bad.